For 4 months, the Dubai market has been frozen, but last month it defrosted. 3 things happened in June. The number of deals exploded, but the values tell a stranger story. It's perhaps rentals and not sales telling us about the confidence in the UAE. And developers are selling real estate at a premium that makes no sense anymore for investors. Now stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know whether right now is the right moment to make a move or to wait in the real estate market. Now quickly, if we haven't met, I spent 12 years in finance with names like BNP Paribas, Barclays and Societe Generale, and for the last 3 years I've advised wealthy individuals and family offices on all things real estate in the UAE. So let's get into what's actually been happening. So the big headline is transactions in June jumped by 43% on the month before. That's nearly 14,000 deals. Now on its own that sounds like a very busy market, but here's the number that actually matters. That volume was almost identical to June 2024, and June 2024 was the absolute peak of the real estate market in Dubai, the busiest it's ever been. So the market is as active as its peak. Case closed, right? Well, no, not at all. You have to look at the money, because this is where it gets interesting. So in June 2024, there was 56 billion dirhams worth of deals. This June, you have the same volume of deals, but they were worth 33 billion. So you've got the same number of transactions, but 23 billion dirhams worth of deals less changing hands. Now think about it, the deals are happening back at record volumes, but sellers are accepting far less to make them happen. That's not a weak market. That's the market now doing its thing at a different price. The gap that's been frozen since February, sellers holding out high and buyers refusing to meet them, that gap just closed, and it closed because sellers just got real with themselves. And that tells you exactly who's got the leverage right now. If you're a buyer, the people on the other side of the table just showed you that they'll move on price. And if you're a seller, the market's telling you that buyers are in the market, but only if you're going to be realistic about the price. So deal flow's up, but is the confidence actually back, or is this a dead cat bounce? Now for that, don't watch the buyers, we need to watch the tenants. And here's why the tenants are a tell. A tenant's got no mortgage, no commitment, nothing tying them to a property. So they're the first to move when they're nervous, and they're the first to settle when they're not nervous. And when the conflict hit in February, the rental market cratered the hardest, because the most mobile people in the market, they bolted. So what are they doing now? Well, in June, new rentals signed jumped 60% on the month before. That's over 26,000 rental deals signed. And the renewals rose by 15%. And here's the kicker. People renewing actually agreed to pay 2% more than the month before. The most flighty, least committed people in the entire market just chose to stay put and pay up. So no, this isn't a dead cat bounce. Lastly, something you need to look at twice. Buying an off-plan villa from a developer right now, you're paying around 1,822 dirhams a square foot. The same villa on the resale market, secondary market, that's 1,500 dirhams a square foot. That's 20% premium for the identical thing just because it's new. Weird, right? And apartments are the same story. From the developer, they're around 10% more expensive, cheaper to buy something built rather than a piece of paper. So why the premium? Sometimes there's a reason behind it, right? A branded residence, a better payment plan, a better development. But whilst the resale market is more predictable, developers are coming in and pricing their units like it's the peak of the market a year ago. Some resale stock is older and needs work, sure, but the question to ask yourself right now is simple. Am I overpaying with a developer when I could buy into the secondary market at a discount and perhaps upgrade those units to make a bigger margin? Now, one thing to note on developer pricing is that they've slammed the brakes on launches. Launches are down 65% year to date. Less supply is what the market needed, but it's also holding up prices, and probably explains why developer pricing is being so rigid at the moment. So back to the question I opened up with. Is now the moment to move or the moment to wait in the Dubai real estate market? Well, if you're considering buying, just go for it. Just don't overpay, negotiate hard, and watch out for those developers applying unjustified premiums. And if you're considering selling, well, hold out if you have liquidity, or consider banking a little less profit and walk away if having the cash right now is important to you, because a buyer will likely take you up on a good offer. As for the frozen market, well, it's the summer coming. We'll continue to transact, but the real answer will be in September, when the influx of people typically come back into Dubai, and we'll know if the market is truly defrosted. Now, if you'd like advice on what your strategy should be or on a particular property, message me or email me on the details below in the description, and make sure to like and subscribe. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as ever, I'm happy to be wrong.